one love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. It's breakfast with Bob.
And Poncho Man, everybody! Welcome back to day one, Breakfast with Bob, our Kona World Championship edition from beautiful Huggo's on the Rocks. My name is Bob Babbitt. We are brought to you by HOKA Fly Human Fly, Master Spas, Precision Fuel and Hydration, Crush Your Race Nutrition, Deboer, Outrigger, Kona Resort and Spa, Stay Longer, Save More, and of course, our Challenged Athletes Foundation. Our next guest is the first time we got to chat, Solveig Natvig Løvseth. Is that right?
Very good.
Very good. How about a round of applause for Solveig? So, 2024 Olympian.
Yep.
What was that experience like?
It was cool for sure, but also the race wasn't really what I had hoped for. So a bit disappointment as well for sure, but yeah, just a really special experience still with crazy crowds in Paris, quite close to Norway, you know,
yes.
like, at least in Europe, so easy for a family to go there, and just really iconic scenery with swimming in the Seine, and yeah, very cool experience.
Cool. Well, so we know about the Norwegian guys, right? They just swept. They just swept the Ironman World Championship in Nice. They've been. It's the Norwegian method. Are you part of that program?
We have for sure been training a lot together over the years.
Yes.
So this year we haven't been training that much together. It's been quite different schedules. But of course we've had many years on the national team together, and I feel like they have really been a big part of like shaping me to the athlete I am. So yeah, it's been a really special part or like team to be a part of for sure. So grateful for that.
Are we seeing more and more Norwegian women getting into the sport because of the success the men have had?
I hope so, but to be honest, it's not that many right now. So I would really like to welcome like more.
You want more?
Yeah, for sure.
So how did you get into triathlon? Were you a runner, swimmer, cyclist before getting into triathlon?
Yeah, I started as a swimmer.
Okay.
Back in, ever since I was young really, but wasn't really the best at swimming.
Yes.
So around 14, 15, it was actually my swim coach who was just taking me to the side of the pool one day and basically saying like, I don't think swimming is the right sport for you.
On the pool deck, that's probably not the greatest thing to hear. But did he say you should think about triathlon?
Yeah, he did. So he was a person I trusted really much, and we had a really good relationship. But it was for sure still really like tough to hear when I really wanted to be a good swimmer. But I also I understood where it came from. Like I was training really well, but still struggled to like be at the level the other people at my age were. So I didn't really feel myself either that I was like mastering it. So he suggested triathlon. He had seen me running like a couple times actually, and thought that could fit me better. But yeah, it was still, triathlon was a really small sport in Norway back then. It's still small, but back then I didn't know anyone who was doing it. So it was like a quite difficult decision for me. I was just thinking like, triathlon is just like really weird people are doing that.
Really weird people are doing that. Well, you're right. We got a lot of them here.
Yeah.
There are a lot of really weird people.
I was right about that, but now I'm one of them.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. And so while you're trying to make the Olympic team, you're also, were you doing this at the same time, the longer sort of 70.3 type of racing as well?
A little bit. I did my first 70.3 in the end of 2023.
Indian Wells.
Yeah.
And you win it.
Yeah.
Your first time out. What did you gain from that, winning that first time out at a 70.3 race?
It was for sure a really good experience. It was just like about getting one last race in after the short course season was done. So I didn't really prepare that much for it. But again, I had a lot of good help from the Norwegian team, and they helped me like getting my equipment sorted out, and I traveled there together with actually most of the national team.
Yes.
And it was just fun trying something new.
Well, and so a lot of people think of you as somebody new to the longer distance world, but when you were doing the ITU format, 73 starts, 12 podiums, seven wins. So you raced a lot.
Yeah, I raced a lot. I raced ever since I was a junior. I just
Yes.
wasn't very good back then.
Yes, and then but you've had really good success at the longer distances. I mean, you won in 2024. You win in Warsaw 70.3. You get third at Tallinn, and 13th at 70.3 Worlds in New Zealand. That's pretty impressive for you. That was your first World Championship.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't very happy with that race myself, but it was a good experience.
So was Hamburg this year? Was that your first full?
Yeah.
And you got on the podium, finishing third, run a 2:46 marathon, and go 8:12 at your first ever. And that field was stacked, right? That was everybody.
It was a good field, yeah.
Yeah, that was that Laura and Kat in that race?
Yeah, they were
first and
number
second.
1 and 2. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're third with that field. So when you do that race and have such a great performance, 2:46 off the bike is really, really impressive. And then you go to Placid and you run 2:46 off the bike again. We're seeing a pattern.
Yeah, I guess I only have one pace, so
2:46.
yeah, just need to run that here again, I guess.
Won't be a problem. You run 2:46 here, then I think we'll be chatting on Sunday in the championship edition. That's
would
really
be nice.
That would be really nice, but that's really, really impressive. What did you learn from the longer distance racing? Did it seem, obviously you did so well, did it seem that difficult? Was it that much harder than the 70.3?
No, I don't think it's harder. It's just different. It's just hard in different ways, I guess.
Yes. What ways? How's it harder?
I mean, it's hard toward the end of the marathon for sure. Then
Yes.
you're really tired.
It's a long way, yeah.
Yeah, but it's also, actually, I think for me, it has been maybe a bit easier mentally, actually, the longer it gets in a way, because I just feel less stressed about the race. I know I have a lot of time and it's going to be a long day anyway, so I try to just be more relaxed about it. And as long as you have like a plan and know-ish what you think you can do on race day, it's just about trying to do that, and then it's nothing to stress about. Of course, things can happen, but that's out of, like, if you have a mechanical or something like that.
Can't do anything about it.
No, so yeah, I actually like that. I feel more relaxed.
So now with the Ironman Points Series, the Pro Series, you're number 2?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, you are. And that's a lot of money at the end of the year. So the goal to race here and then go to Spain as well, Marbella?
Yes, that's the plan.
That's the plan. I mean, what you've done so quickly in our sport, so impressive. And it's like, it's no big deal. I go to 70.3 Worlds, I get 13th, and I win at Warsaw, and I'm win Placid. Again, winning Placid, and then the third at Hamburg is like a win because of the two people who were in front of you. You'll see those guys here. When you look at the field,
yeah, they're here.
Pretty impressive. When you look at the field, are you impressed by all the amazing women who are racing?
Yes, for sure. It's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out on Saturday, because it is a lot of people who can win, and even more people that can really impact the race. So.
Yes, and you're one of them. You're one of those people who can impact the race. Do you think about the other folks when you're out there racing, or do you just focus on you?
I guess I mainly focus on myself, but of course I also try to know where the others are. Like, try to have a thought about in forehand, like who I maybe think I can swim with and who I potentially could work with on the bike and stuff like that, because that will also impact my race, of course. But at the end of the day, it's hard to know how it will play out. So, but it's nice to just thought about different scenarios. But then on race day, you just need to try to also follow your own gut and like follow your own pace. Like, try to go with others, but if it's too hard, also know where to back let
off.
Go. Yeah.
Have you spent much time on this course?
Not that much time. I arrived here on Tuesday.
Okay.
So been here almost a week now, but been riding a little bit.
Yeah. What do you think of the course?
It's like a course you need to work for sure. I think it's a course that suits me quite well. it's a bit boring to ride out there. The scenery is beautiful, but it's also like very much the same.
Monotonous,
And with the cars and everything.
Yeah,
but, I think it will be a good course for me on race day, hopefully. I just need to tackle the heat, and then that's maybe the thing I'm like most worried about, just because I haven't really experienced this heat in such a long race before.
You're so consistent, and when you look at your swimming, like 54, 56, you're 424 in Hamburg, which is a easier bike course than Placid 454, and then the run is both of them are 246. When you look at yourself and say, cycling is my best, running is my best, what do you look at as your best of the three, or are you just one of those people who's so solid across all three?
I think maybe like the cycling running combo is
really
probably
good.
My strength. Like as you said, I don't feel like I'm exceptional in any of those, but like I feel like I can run quite well off a long bike.
Yes, you do.
But like I'm probably not the best runner. Like if everyone here were to compete in a run race, if that makes sense.
It does make sense because you're the fact that you can run 246 off a hard bike ride is not something a lot of people can do. What would you be happy with place-wise here on next Saturday?
It actually really depends how the race plays out.
Yes.
Like I would for sure be really happy with a podium, but also like if I feel like I'm swimming well, and also riding to plan and running to plan, and suddenly, I don't know, 10 people are better, then I will still be happy if I feel like I have performed at my best right now. So yeah, it's actually hard to tell, but a podium is like a dream goal.
Any tips from Gustav? Gustav has won here. Christian's been third here. Have you heard from those guys about mistakes not to make and things to do or not do?
Yeah, actually both of them has had both like good results here, and last year
crappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are for sure good people to talk to about it. So yeah, I talked a little bit about them. Maybe I should call them another time before the race.
Yeah, I think that wouldn't be a bad idea. Those guys know a little bit about racing against great competition.
Yeah, for sure. It's always good to have good people to ask.
So were you watching the men's race from these? Were you watching the whole thing?
I was watching most of it. I had the bike on my ear when I was cycling myself. I watched the whole run, and yeah, it was so fun to watch.
Did Casper surprise you?
And I wouldn't say he surprised me, but because I know how good he is at his best. But still, he still impressed me. Like because it's a really hard thing to do, to actually get out the best of yourself, and like probably arguably like his best race ever.
Right.
When it counts the most. So it's, even though I like wasn't surprised, I was still really impressed that he was able to perform the way he did, and also make a lot of smart choices during the race, like as we talked about, know when to back off, know when to push, stuff like that. So yeah, really, really happy for him.
When we first interviewed Christian Blumenfeld back in 2019 at Nice, and I was like, wow, you got 13th at the Olympic Games in 2016.
Yeah.
You got 13th. You must be a big star back in Norway after getting 13th. He goes, Bob, you don't understand. In Norway, we have so many medalists from winter sports, and not just medalists, but gold medal. If you don't win a gold medal, nobody cares. You see that with back in Norway, that there's a lot of expectations for people to not just perform well, but to win?
Yeah, I would agree with that. And also, since we have so much winter sports, I feel like that also get most of the attention probably. So it's not many people who actually pay attention to triathlon, for instance. So it's even now, when like the boys are even bigger stars than back then, there's like, they also say that if they go out of Norway, they get much more attention than they actually do in Norway.
So you didn't grow up in Bergen as well?
No.
Okay.
I grew up in
I thought
Trondheim.
every person grew up in Bergen, because every triathlete.
Yeah, most of them are from Bergen for sure. They have like, people from Bergen are really like very proud of their town. Like,
yes.
even more than the rest of the people in Norway, I guess. So they always like to say like, we're not from Norway, we're from Bergen. Because they think they're so much better than the rest of the Norwegian population. But
you're going to show them they aren't, because you're going to be on the podium here. I love that. How about a round of applause for Solvig? Thank you for joining us. What a treat to get to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
Poncho Man, take us out.
One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. It's breakfast with Bob. Chee-hoo.
And Poncho Man, everybody. You're one.